In another life, under another sky, in a land of eternal twilight, I was Prince Kerry Amaranth. I never did like that title. My older brother took it much better. Under the authority of the Seelie Court of the Fae, I was raised to be a callous, apathetic creature, to find joy in my station and to find worth in superiority. I hated it. So I left and found myself among the unseelie Fae, in the lands guided by the Queen of Air and Darkness. It took me almost 100 years, but I finally found a home. Then the war came. I served my new people as a healer, as much as I could, anyway. But it wasn't enough. We lost. The Queen was sealed away, her armies banished, and that's how I found myself in San Maria. And for 15 years, all I wanted was to go home. Somehow, I got my wish. And I returned to a Feywild with no place left for me. I really did think that was it, but somehow, my friends from San Maria followed me across the Vale, and my dear, beloved Vesper somehow gave me the power to wake my queen. She's alive. And the strangest thing of all is that I don't think I want to go home anymore. During my absence, something killed an Archfey, and for all their wars, that is something the courts would themselves never dare to do. But the Whispered One and his mad Lich King are a problem too big to ignore, and so I won't. And I will pursue this calling to the ends of the earth if I have to. For myself, for all people, and for my queen.
I always wanted to be special, to prove I was more than just a simple halfling from a backwoods farming community. My life has been a laundry list of struggles, disappointments, and shortcomings. And worse yet is that my mother doesn't let me forget that she's keeping track of them all. My name's Devereaux Thistlebrook. My dad left me and my family behind in Featherton when I was really little. I never really understood why, but I always looked up to him. I dreamed of traveling the world like he does. So I left home nearly 2 years ago on a whim, hoping to get a whiff of adventure and experience new, exotic places, see mysterious sights, and feel like a true explorer, someone of legend. My travels so far have led me into ancient ruins, derelict fortresses, fey-touched swamps, and even ancient dragons' nests. I even ran into my dear old dad, Clark, along the way. Turns out I may be a bit more than ordinary after all. You see, my dad is a deva, a celestial being. More than that, he was kicked out of his celestial home by a god. A god, with a capital G. Some of his power and personality must have rubbed off on me, though, because I've discovered I have some magical aptitude. The feathers growing on my back just complicate things a bit. While I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, I do know that I want to learn more about my own heritage, all while doing more research on the Fae, elven legends, and all the other mysteries of the world. Someday, I'll make a real great discovery and be remembered for all of my accomplishments. Until then, I'm going to keep traveling with my friends so that I can finally prove I'm worth more than my mom thinks.
Good day. My name is Finley Marina Moncroy. I'm not sure why you'd care to know the details of my name. I don't think it's important who I was or where I came from, but more who I am and where I am now. So, let's start again. You may call me Finley, Finn if we become close, but we will not. I'm on a mission from the Raven Queen, and I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to tell you, but suffice it to say it's pretty important. Not because of names or stations, but because she saw something in me. I'm not about to question that, because now I finally have something to do that feels useful, and I get to be out on the road. You may question it, you would not be the first, but I do not particularly care. I enjoy a good book, a nice tea, and keeping up with the latest fashion. Do not look at me like that. It's possible to look nice and be useful at the same time. What else? What would make you feel as though you know Finley Moncroy? That I trained my horse Badger from when he was a foal? Perhaps that I started fundraising for war orphans while I was training with the other clerics? My favourite song is Save a Dance for Yanira. Sometimes I like to sit out among the stars and just think of what other worlds might be out there, what other planes might hold. Do you feel like we know each other now? No? How terribly surprising. I have hopes and dreams, same as anyone, but I am afraid I will need to get to know you a little better before I share such things.
Imagine a girl venturing in darkness to find ways to help people. Her love for others stronger than the fear of the unknown. And yet cast out by her family for being far too brave. What we fear isn't darkness itself, it's the monsters that lurk in it. Twist it. Defile it. We scorn and shun those wretches because of this dread, but by proxy, all who even touch the shadow. I ask you to put aside this fear and instead keep a watchful eye on those who seek to harm and rise against them. Especially those that lavish in the light, for there are monstrosities that don't need the gloom to do evil. Do not be afraid. Imagine being struck a mortal blow in battle, only to be given more time to be healed. Imagine a victim, the sole witness of a murder, pulled back from the veil to elucidate who must be brought to justice. Imagine a parent, a traveler killed on their way home, but granted the last gift to say goodbye to a mourning family before passing on. Imagine the girl who did nothing wrong, a girl who loves her son. Imagine the son, a son cursed, unafraid of the wilds, an echo of an infernal pact, an echo of light in the dark.
Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, Kappa. Damn it.
What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
They're gone.
Well, whatever.
We're back.
We're back, everybody! Death's Keepers is back from a long hiatus because the Dungeon Master was sad. But we're here now. How is everybody doing? Are we ready to play some D&D?
Absolutely.
You know,
I was
think
here
so.
for marbles on stream.
well, don't have any more.
Oh, that's fun. We should do that.
Well, you look like Finley, so you got the Finley top on, so
All right, then I guess I'll be Finley.
Oh, I need a Finley top.
yeah, you do.
I'll do.
Oh god. I don't think we have any big announcements to make. Just that we're back. That's pretty big. Oh yeah? Is that Steve or Senna?
That's Senna.
Senna. Bless her.
Oh, perfect baby.
We've been blessed. Our stream has been blessed by Senna officially. So fun fact about this session, we are actually going to start off with a bit of a flashback because we are doing a time skip today. But before we can get to the time skip, we have a very important conversation that needs to be had. Last time on Death Keepers, something quite tragic happened. Our beloved NPC Vesper was killed and then resurrected as a revenant by the Mad Lich Sovereign. One of our party members was there, and the crew, having been sort of stationed in Wolfcrest for some time, was previously making plans to leave to pursue Azurkai the Dark Master, a notorious necromancer who is working on raising an army of undead. The party is set to leave, and I would say this scene takes place just after sunset. Alex, where do you think this would take place?
Oh dear. I would probably try to. You know what? That tea shop. That tea shop where we met Shade.
Okay.
So I'll invite everybody there and wait for them all to arrive.
The only person here is the ancient human tea keeper, whose name escapes me. And she blindly serves you, gestures to the wall. You get the impression that she only sees a vague outline of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then one by one, Echo, Finley, and Devereaux. Would you also invite Gertrude to this conversation?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I should probably tell you what happened to Vesper.
Everything okay?
No. A while ago, someone killed my brother, and in a moment of desperation, I went to a hag who lived in the Feywild in order to have him resurrected. It's beyond my power. She did bring him back. She told me from the very beginning it was going to be a life for a life. Last night, Vesper and I went out to the cliffs just outside of town. And I had to kill him.
Wait. Like, there's nothing?
I look up from my cup of tea. Still steaming. You had to kill him?
For two reasons. One, he was going to die one way or another. With hags, it's inevitable. My only other option would have been to try and fight her, which... a broken deal like that is the entire reason there was a war in my homeland to begin with. The entire reason I watched hundreds of people die. The entire reason I'm here right now. Believe me when I say there was no other option.
A life for a life instead of one life for many.
Something like that.
Oh, Kerry.
Echo is gonna get up and If Kiri will allow, put a hand on their shoulder.
I will allow it, but I won't make any sort of motion. Just kind of still just staying there. There's one more thing. I met Zandaria again that night. Somehow she had some idea of what was going on. She brought him back, but not like he was. He's missing something. Memories, maybe. I'm not sure, but for now, until we can find it, so I can find a better solution, he's under her care.
The grip very quiet, very, very softly tightens just a little bit after the mention of Zandaria and loosens. And
Sure. Yep.
And Echo will kneel down, get a little bit closer, and you had to do what you felt was right. And that's not easy and it's painful. I'm sorry you felt you had to bear this alone. And the hand will do just like a light rub, and then he'll go back to his seat and tea.
I tried to talk about her. I did. Not to you, but there was some spell, I'm not quite sure. Anytime I mentioned her, nothing. No one would understand or comprehend what I was saying, that I was saying anything. She was incredibly thorough.
Do you think it was you? Or the magic? Or the Vesper that Zandaria was drawn to?
I'm not sure. Maybe me. I'm the only person she's talked to in maybe a few hundred years. Maybe it was the place. That was where we'd met previously. I knew that no one would be around. Maybe she could just relate to the sorrow. Dev?
Yeah.
I don't say anything further. That was basically just a...
I tapped the rim of my cup a couple times.
It's still mostly full.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Suppose I wouldn't have guessed you'd do something like that.
I never thought I would need to. When she first told me, I didn't think I would go through with it anyway, but I think of all the death and destruction that happened last time someone went back on their deal. I don't know.
She brought him back.
She did. Something like him.
For what purpose?
As I understood it, safekeeping. Something along those lines.
You think he can be brought back the way he was? Otherwise safe for what?
I don't know a whole lot about magic, so you can take this opinion for what it's worth, but I have to believe that there's a way to bring him back. Anyway, that's what happened.
Y'all ready? This scene fades like a bad memory into the distance. As the focal point of our campaign zooms out, we see Finley, Echo, and Kerry board a ship. Echo, what is the ship's name?
Hold on, I had it. It was Windsplash the Third, which I'll sit with. I'll sit with. We'll keep that
Hey.
name.
What's that like?
Waving goodbye to Devereaux and Gertrude, who mount their horses and begin to head back to Azmoran together.
We just got a corruption donation.
Did we?
Yep.
Is it too soon for Red in the Bar? Never. Never, Corruptor. Never. Okay. There we go. Kerry, Echo, and Finley, your ship ride, this journey is cursed, one might say. From the very get-go, each of you get a sensation a sense that something is not quite right. Nothing nefarious, just a bad omen. Several times the ship almost wrecks. You get caught in several storms, and 2 weeks after you leave, the captain announces that you had actually gone exactly the wrong direction. You find yourselves fighting water weirds and avoiding other water elementals plaguing your journey. The crew is quite amiable. They are happy to take on passengers and are pleased with the company they receive in the three of you. Devereaux heads southwest with Gertrude, taking the roads, probably avoiding any shortcuts. Is that right, Devereaux?
No.
Okay. No what?
Shortcuts galore.
Shortcuts galore?
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d20.
I'd love to. Ooh, it's a 3.
Several times you find yourselves not exactly lost, but in a few quite deadly scenarios that, through a little bit of luck, a lot of gumption, and your own moxie between you and Gertrude, are able to claw your way out of. It seems as though neither... Oh, this music is too sad, y'all. Hold on. Neither party, having split, is having a great time. However, about 4 weeks maybe-ish, 3 or 4 weeks. Let's say 3. Devereaux, you find yourself in Asmarin, waiting to hear from Finley. You know you're behind schedule, but you haven't heard from your friends. You're assuming that they're probably already in Valzara waiting for you. When you get the message from Finley. What's the message, Finley?
Oh, the actual message is Dev, a bit caught up with storms, some other stuff, maybe need a new ship, maybe off course a bit, be there soonish. I'm counting as one word. Oh gods. Sharks?
Helpful.
With the news that your friends might take some time to get to where you are supposed to meet up, you do find yourself in fine company, however. The company of Alexander Lightbringer, wizard extraordinaire. Oh, I still don't like this music, y'all. What's going on? There we go. You get to learn a thing or two, spend some time studying. Spend some more time with Gertrude, which is always lovely. By the time the 5th week comes to a conclusion, the party, each of you find yourselves once again reconvened in Balsara. However, Devereaux, the next time you see your friends, there's something a little different, specifically in your friend Kerry. You notice you have seen some changes happen in your friend before. One second. However, you've never seen a change quite like this. The next time you see Kerry, they appear much different. Alex, would you describe Kerry now?
Yeah, you would have not ever seen this form before. Their skin is just a bit darker. They have these very intense yellow, almost cat eyes. They have this sort of golden blonde hair, a little sprig of like a almost like a summer sage type plant. Their coat is this deep blood red color, and it's worn over imperious gold armor. They are now in their summer form.
Finley and Echo would have watched this change happen. It would have seemed slowly, but one day you might have just looked at Kerry and realized, wow, that's quite different. Almost like overnight. Change is completed as you land in Valzara, a desert city full of merchants and bounty hunters and bustling with life. Very different from the wolf crest that you've left. From here, the plan is to head to Inverness to perhaps, hopefully, hunt down Azurkai the Dark Master and maybe his nephew. How do y'all expect that this journey goes?
I would hope at least the journey to Inverness is kind of chill. As far as hunting down the necromancer, I defer to our resident professional for.
Yeah. So, I mean, they need to be secluded away from people because necromancy does get a little loud sometimes. They also need access to materials. You like a cemetery or something, or a dangerous mountain, or some hidden part of the forest where no one ever comes out of, where they're doing doing their business. But that's where we'll want to start. And if there's anywhere, usually what I do is go into town and see if there are any rumors of any place that you shouldn't go, or people have walked into and never come out of in the past year, maybe 5 years, 10 years. How long has a dark one been operating, as far as you know?
Devereaux would actually know this.
I would?
Yes, you would. You have been studying
Crazy.
in all of your spare time. You have been studying these necromancers, these dark texts, the book of Homeslice, whom y'all destroyed. I can't ever remember his name. I'm clearly on it today. It's fine. You know that Azurkai himself is one of the oldest necromancers. Probably been working. Tovar, thank you so much. Probably has been working for about 10-20 years. And his nephew is about that age, so his nephew obviously hasn't been around as long. He mainly operates on the west coast near Valzara, Inverness. Sometimes there's been reports of things happening with him in Westbourne, the continent to the west, but mostly in the White Cliffs, which is where y'all are heading.
That.
Yep, Kerry and Devereaux would also remember where his house was.
I got it on my map
How's it marked on your map?
with little skeletons. Very little skeletons.
just for clarification, on my way through to Balsara, did I have time to drop off that box at the gravesite that I promised I would?
That is actually on your way. Like,
Okay.
it is from where you are going now, it is on your way to where you are going.
Okay. That is still on old to-do list that ends with an E.
So you find yourselves in the city of Valzara, ready to make a plan.
You think they're still at this location?
Well, I hope so. I can't imagine they've gone very far.
The diviner seemed to think so.
I think that's where we start.
Yeah.
Nothing
It's
else,
only been,
maybe.
what, 5 weeks?
Oh,
Nothing else, maybe there's a lead there.
Tracking down a 5-week-old trail is not nearly as bad as whatever else it could have been.
wait, 5 weeks even with the time skip?
It's a 6.
Okay, 6 weeks. Something. I don't know, I'm bad at math. What do we need for this journey? Also, I would like to say, like, if you're dealing with dangerous mountains and dangerous, first of all, mountains are always dangerous if you don't have the proper training. So, be careful.
Yeah.
Second of all, woods, also quite dangerous if they're large and dark and deep, which it sounds like, perhaps looking at these maps, some of them are. So, not saying, Echo, that your methodology is exactly wrong. I'm just saying also, you know, there are probably bears and stuff. And, I don't know, cliffs and goats or whatever.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I think there's some, rumors, and sometimes they have a little bit of truth to them.
We could also check if there are any posted bounties. Anything that sounds like it might be the person we're looking for, or at least something on that trail.
Echo,
Finley,
what is the soylence like out here? Do you know?
I'd have to check. But given the population of the towns, it's the population of the town that we're in right now.
Valzara is huge.
Then yeah, I'll have to check, but I'd expect there's lots of activity going on, at least in this city.
Silence is everywhere.
I'm just wondering if maybe it's not an isolated incident to Wolfcrest. The
The hunting of silence members.
Yes, that.
I'll check.
I mean, I know that's sort of why we're here, but also just...
No, that makes sense.
If this is a large enough city, there could always be, I don't know, are there such thing as adventurers guilds? Mercenary?
There is the Iron Battalion.
The Iron Battalion?
There is the Iron Battalion.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds promising. Maybe they have information.
Sounds very official.
It does.
Yeah, if there's like a general information board or town square, or I imagine there's some sort of information hub that we could be checking for all this sort of information.
So there's
Town
this.
computer.
Yeah, Valzara is quite big. Ilverness is a little bit smaller. The Azurkai, y'all know, is located outside of Ilverness. So it's still a little bit of a journey to get to there. You can still look into Valzara stuff. That's more than totally an option. But there will also be a similar setup sort of in Ilverness. It just will be smaller. Would you like to look at the Valzara boards?
Yeah.
Sure. The Valzara boards are interesting because Valzara is considered the bounty hunter's capital. Valzara is where people go. You will find a lot of people who have left the military. You'll find a lot of people who were not accepted by the military. You also will find an actual crown's, like essentially an imperial recruiting office here. The feeling of being here in Valzara is like everybody is out to make a name for themselves, a bit of coin, or some glory. So when you find yourselves in front of this bounty board, it is the side of a barn, essentially, is how big it is. It is humongous. However, you see that a lot of these bounties, I would say half of them are from missing people. People who have gone missing, and this has been posted by their families. You find wanted posters, which we'll get there. Find a section for wanted posters, and then essentially like a job posting, like, hey, there's rats in my basement, or there's a beholder in the mountain. They range about that far from each other. In fact, let's talk about that, because I'm pretty sure that is the biggest bounty that you'll see. And it's illustrated. Looks like someone took the time to really draw this out and sketch this image of this aberrational being with these stalks. And it's interesting because it's portrayed as an undead beholder. And Finley, as soon as you see it, the color drains from your face.
She's going to turn away and stare out into the city and take a few deep breaths and like shallower, the most shallowest of breaths, and yep.
Can I get let me get a perception check from everybody, if y'all don't mind. Except for maybe Finley, because she's fucked off.
Props for going weird, though.
You said weird.
I did.
26.
Damn.
Uh, 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay.
6.
Beautiful. I was really hoping for that from you.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna you did not let me down there. Echo, you see several wanted posters that are actually look like maybe to the common observer they don't look like they're the same person, but you recognize several facial features that are quite common. There are 5 wanted posters of different people who are all Larkin. You also, I would say, Kerry, you find there's actually a pile for wanted posters that have been taken down because they're old or the bounty is no longer applicable, just like they're expired. You see one that's quite familiar. It is quite old, for Leona Swiftsilver.
Nice.
She was wanted by Roman Kentigern.
How much was she worth?
A lot. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was like 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Maybe?
Can I assume I can pocket this, right?
Yeah.
Just for fun, yeah. So I was like, oh, this is funny, and pocket it.
Yeah.
What I have noticed,
Scrapbook.
what I have noticed, Finley fucking off.
Oh, I'm sure. With that perception check, you, Echo, and Kerry would have noticed. Alex, can you change your name in Zoom so I stop calling you Alex?
Oh shit, you're right. I just completely forgot about that.
Not that I don't know your character name, it just takes me a
No,
second.
that's legit.
seeing all the posters of Larkin on the wall. Of course. And then seeing Finley fuck off, assuming that it's a reaction to seeing Larkin all over the board. I know I realize it's still a little fresh, but I mean, there's a reason there are 5 different ones. She's avoiding.
There's 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you're saying that to me?
Yes.
Yeah. There's
I
5.
don't think-
No. Oh fuck. No. Nope. I can't echo. No.
I mean, it's you should. Are you okay? Here. Let's.
Oh god. She's going to nope, that doesn't work. Just kind of put her hand on her chest and
Listen.
she's
Good.
sliding into like a full proper panic attack that I'm not going to do because it'll make me lightheaded.
Yeah. Oh no. It's okay. I mean, she's your sister. I understand that's still a little fresh. That doesn't mean we'll run into her or anything. You don't.
Hey, Echo. What the fuck?
What?
What about my sister?
There are like 5 wanted posters of her face all over that board. And I thought that's why you couldn't be around. Is that what else is going on?
She's an asshole, Echo. Of course she's up there. God, no.
I'm sorry. Here, take some water and then I'll if I got a flask or like a canteen, I guess.
She'll sip it and then choke on it a little bit. No. Did you know there are worse things than Fawn, Larkin, whoever?
I mean, hard to imagine, but yes, I'm aware.
Did you know there's worse, less smoochable things than Larkin, Fawn, whoever?
Also hard to imagine, but yeah. If it's too hard, don't worry about it. There's other stuff we need to do.
Okay,
Take your time.
I'm going to just sit here, I think, and
just drink water and breathe.
I like that. Yeah. Yes. I can do that.
Think of the stars that we saw on the boat.
Not talking about the boat. Nope.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
About the sea, then. Okay.
About the sea. Okay. Yeah.
Would I have caught that interaction?
I would be offended if you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could I, from a distance, use both one bardic inspiration and cast healing word as a kind of proxy for magical get better vibes?
You may
All
use
emotions.
your magic to send Finley good vibes.
All right, I would like to send Finley some good vibes.
And leave Finley to sort of give space to Finley, and walk back to the board and try and analyze whatever I can pick up relating to silence peeps, relating to, potential necromantic activity, possibly tagging Kerry in if I notice Kerry watching us.
Could you, pretty please, just for me, roll an insight check?
Just for you,
Just for me.
Camille? You said insight?
I did.
Ooh, 15.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
The DC was not super duper high for you. With your knowledge of Thieves' Cant and the Silence, which the Thieves' Cant and the Silence do not always go together, you get a couple messages from this board the longer you stare at it, especially coming back at it with like fresh eyes after talking to Finley. You start to see some patterns about the wording of these missing person reports. You notice that on a few of the missing persons reports, the same word keeps kind of popping up, like the same verbiage. And you get the sense that these are people who are wanted by the Thieves Guild, who are from the Thieves Guild, which ordinarily they have their own posting. However, you're sort of surprised to see them here. There are also some other things that catch your eye. For example, several of the wanted posters have the same corner missing, like as if someone dog-eared it and sort of like just folded it over, folded it back, and then tore it off. As you think, you recall that this is a way to signify that even though that, essentially is a method of communication within the Silence to signify that they are not to be harmed.
Got it.
At all costs, like they're to be treated with dignity if you found by another Silence member.
Okay.
There are other little notes like the ways the wording is said, or certain words misspelled, that tell you if this is just a plain old wanted poster, like just some rando, or this is a member of the Silence who they cannot find, but they are not, they don't want to be loud about it.
Got it.
Some of them don't even have descriptions. Some of them just have names. Some of them don't even have pictures. They just have an alias. You get the sense that, from your knowledge, there are a lot of members of the Silence who are missing. And more than you would expect. Perhaps confirming the suspicion that Silence members are going missing.
Okay.
Devereaux, what are you working on?
Well, everyone says there was concerns about needing equipment for outdoor expeditions, so I will go shopping and get gear. I don't know, crampons for mountain climbing and rope and other outdoor stuff. I don't know. I'm woefully underprepared for this, but I'm going to try my best.
Could you make a survival check for me?
Oh, can I? That's a 22.
Wow! Nice! You really learned a lot the last few weeks. Out in the wild, sort of, not that you are not good at survival, but you kind of, have been thinking about this. Yeah, you've been thinking about this shopping trip, and so you have a pretty good idea of what you want. And so when you get to the shop, you are able to find everything you need. You feel quite prepared, with crampons and whatever they're called, pythons.
little hook for mountain climbing.
Thanks.
I usually wing it, so I feel prepared this time. So while everyone's arguing over bounty boards and looking at dog-eared pages, I just go wandering off to go buy stuff.
Perfect. So you have your trip to Inverness ahead of you. I'm going to assume that Devereaux, you would like to stop and complete your task. Oh, I'm sorry, I should ask before y'all leave, is there anything y'all need to do in Valzara before you head to Inverness?
Especially, first of all, she would have felt better from the healing word. Thank you, Kerry.
The good vibes?
The good vibes, yes. Much appreciated. And she would have made sure that before they left, after being snarky about wandering off into the mountains and the forest and prepared, if she didn't already have suitable clothing added to her traveling closet, she would like to, yes, dress accordingly and buy appropriate supplies for like extra water, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
Just basics. I just want to get that on the table.
Easy enough.
Can
What?
can she take the bounty posting without looking at it anymore?
The beholder?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She just wants to like stick it in her pocket.
Would you like to know how much this bounty is worth?
Yes.
I should have had it in my notes before I asked you.
Absolutely not, Dev.
Let me pull out my arcane calculator. This bounty, the payout is from the Iron Battalion. The bounty is worth 2,000 gold pieces. You must bring all of the eye stalks back for the full payment.
Noted.
At some point before moving too far in the day, Echo will relay basically what he found, that it's a little suspicious that there are this many Silence members being reported missing. I think what we saw with Tovar is happening here.
I wouldn't be surprised. If that's the case, one more reason to hunt down this necromancer.
Yeah.
Echo,
Is
can
desertion common?
Sorry. No, Deborah, go ahead.
Is desertion common among the Silence?
Not, I mean, when you leave, it's either because you're dead or you're about to die. Silence, someone wouldn't put up a wanted poster for someone that they, just obliterated off the face of the earth. So,
Unless it's to cover their tracks.
maybe, but there are ways.
Shady organizations.
At some point, the switchbacks and loop-de-loops need to stop.
It seems as though even if they were trying to find these people to take them out, it's still an awful lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of fodder for some sort of military type grouping.
Are there dates on those posters? How far back do they go, do we know?
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
But the most of them are within the last year.
Okay. It's I'd relay that. The oldest one is about 5 years old, but there's a suspicious amount happening in the last year alone. And that's what makes it weird about this whole thing.
Well, the sooner we find Hazarkai, the sooner we can figure out if he has anything to do with it, right?
What troubles me is if he's not.
But even if he's not, he might have more information anyway, right?
Yeah.
Or even if he's not, we at least get to take out the trash along the way.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I have a bit of an unusual request. If we happen to find the nephew, I'd like a few words with him. He and I have unfinished business.
By all means.
If that helps, sure.
Yeah, do whatever you gotta.
The four of you set out for Inverness, which is a 5 or 6 day journey.
Cool.
About halfway through Devereaux, you begin to approach the town where you know this gravesite to be. Now, remind us what information Homeslice gave you.
Consulting my notes. All right. There's a grave outside of Briar's Glen on the side of the road leading out to the west side. I am to place the small box etched with draconic runes into the on top of the grave site. Nothing more, nothing less.
The journey from Valzara to Inverness is very straightforward. There's a road, a very well-maintained, well-paved road. This journey that you're on essentially is the way that it's a famous road because it's the road that Quanmal Malsier took when he came over from Westbourne. He landed in Balsara and then continued east, making his way to Zandaria, where he established the capital. So this road has been traveled for centuries. It's quite old, quite worn, well maintained by the crown. Also quite safe, very safe. So there's not a lot of trouble, mostly other caravans passing you or going slower, you passing them, going the opposite way, etc. Outside of Briar's Glen, as you begin to approach it, you know that the grave is on the west side, and there is a marker, essentially, with an arrow that points to a path into the woods, off of the main road, essentially.
As we've been traveling, I do want to at least make a point of saying, Kerry, you might notice that Dev is not making eye contact with you that much and is feeling a little more distant since we all reconvened. As we approach the trail, I'll kind of mosey ahead and I'll turn to the group and I'll just say, I think the grave site I have to bring this box is this way. If you all want to wait here, you're welcome to wait for me. I wouldn't expect y'all to come run an errand with me off the path here.
Do you want someone to come with you?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's out here, but
Say the word.
Could just be a boring sidetrack.
Then we can be bored together.
Okay, hopefully it's not too far.
Raise your hand if you are going with Deborah. Okay. Echo and Deborah, you find yourselves heading into this dark forest path. It is late afternoon, a pleasant time of the day, late spring. So not an unpleasant time to be outside. This path winds a little bit and actually heads farther into the forest than you think it might, until you find yourselves in a very large clearing. This clearing is grassy, empty. You are the only living creatures here. What you do see, though, is a large stone structure. And when I say large, I mean large, massive, humongous, gargantuan. Oh gosh, hang on, I'm sorry.
I think that might be it.
As you begin to look up and see this structure, it is in the very distinct, unmistakable form of a dragon. An ancient red dragon.
Oh.
This dragon, you might expect it to be in some sort of intimidating or powerful pose. However, this dragon is depicted in this stone shape to be resting. She is laying down, and her head is flat on the ground with her head tilted a little bit more towards her stomach area, and just sort of she's wrapped around a nest, and within this nest are 4 baby dragons. Can I get an Arcana check or a Nature check from you two?
$16.
Did you get Deborah?
That was a good roll too. I have it was +0 in both.
Oh, goodness. I rolled a 2.
You do have an auto credit if you'd like it, but you don't have to use it right now.
And plus my bonuses, that gives me a 13.
Okay. Each of you get the distinct impression. Actually, those are both pretty good rolls. You get the distinct impression that these baby dragons, these wormlings, are not red. They lack her spine, the red spines. In fact, they appear to be, even though they are carved out of stone, they appear to be representing metallic dragons.
And that's basic knowledge that's odd, right?
Yes. Yes. It would appear. Essentially, you could, in theory, you could guess that either she raised orphans or she was mated, had eggs with another colored dragon, and they came out metallic. But they are all 4 different colors.
Interesting.
Don't see that every day.
Yeah, that's something special.
Well,
In fact, I can tell you what colors they are if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
One is brass, bronze, copper, and gold.
Whoever sent you on this errand didn't tell you anything about this.
Mm-mm. He just said, take this box to a site. I'm pretty sure he might have said, you'll know it when you see it. And I think I'm seeing it.
I mean, I know we're seeing it, so that's probably it.
I'm just gonna go put this down, and I'll walk towards the memorial, the carvings,
Yeah.
and I'll set it down in the nest.
Okay.
Seems like a good place.
Are the eggs painted that color, or are they actually that metal?
They are wormlings, so they're not eggs, they're hatched.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
And-
I thought they were eggs.
Yeah, no worries. And y'all would probably know enough about dragons to be able to sort of figure out with enough time and your rolls what, just because even though they're made out of stone, they have specific markings. Like, the bronze dragon has these certain spikes. The gold dragon has certain whatever that they have that are unmistakable even without the color.
Got it.
You all have an advantage from there.
Thank you, ma'am.
You set the box down in this carved nest, and it sort of, you find a nice little place for it, and nothing happens.
I stand back, look at it, look at the dragon, and when nothing happens, I turn and look at Echo. Well, that was about as anticlimactic as I should have expected. But a promise is a promise, and the deed is done.
Yeah.
I say we get out of here, huh?
Yeah. And I don't know, it's a little nice having a small hidden away piece of history like this. It's almost like treasure, you know?
Yeah, that's a way of looking at it. Guarantee you I'm going to be putting this down in my maps tonight.
The two of you are able to head back where Kerry and Finley were waiting.
Hey, thanks for waiting. Boring task done. Let's continue on, right?
You did it. That was all you needed to do.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Easy peasy.
Are we sure we put it in the right place?
I mean, to the extent that there was a specific square foot Amos had in mind, no, I don't know, but he also didn't really specify.
We could. I guess we can't ask him.
As you are all having this conversation, you see walking from the west is A woman, maybe in her late 30s. Y'all would recognize her outfit as that of like a traditional sailor garb. She has sort of light golden blonde hair with little streaks of sort of blue in the end. And she sort of sees you all at the entrance of this marker, and she kind of gives you a nod. Hi, how are y'all doing today? You coming to visit the gravesite?
Came, and now we are departing.
It's quite a sight.
It is.
Have you been here before?
Never.
I still haven't been.
You should visit. Do you know
What is it?
I was hoping you'd ask. This is the memorial for the Cinder Mother. She was a red dragon who took care of, well, it's a little bit of a longer story than this, but essentially the battles between chromatic and metallic dragons have spanned through all of time. Many times that wars are fought, young wormlings are left orphaned, and when raised without proper guidance, dragons are known to be quite dangerous to all living creatures. Even though she was a chromatic, she took in young wormlings no matter what they were. Raised them as her own. Not to be manipulative or cold or cruel like red dragons could be, but to discover who they really were. She was the greatest mother a dragon could ask for. Legend has it that her children come every year to pay homage to her, to give her thanks for our long lives and our many blessings. Their many blessings.
Was that a correction that was like in character? Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have a brother way up north, would you?
I have many siblings. Don't let me hold you back from your journey. Though I must say I appreciate the visit. You know, I know that she is, well, I don't know how much you know about what happens to a chromatic dragon's soul when they die. It's unpleasant. But I like to think that she can hear us somehow. I have perplexed you. My apologies.
Not at all. Please don't let us keep you. You have a pilgrimage to finish.
She takes off, or not takes off, she kind of reaches into her breastplate sort of and pulls out a scale around her neck that's on a chain, and it's a large red scale. I think I will. She will head down the path. You know, she pauses and turns and looks at you, Devereaux. If you see my brother again, tell him Helena sends her regards.
If I see Amos, I'll tell him.
Thank you. And that, I think, is where we will take a quick break. Friends, we'll be right back. Please stand up, stretch, get some water, pet your pets, and stay tuned. Oh my gosh, my stream deck is not on. Ah! D&D Beyond, you guys.
It's D&D.
All right, we'll be right back. Maybe. No, I don't want to install updates. Leave me alone. Just let me be right back.
All right, we're vamping. We're vamping.
Campaign
We're
call.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to is so easy. Whoa, you left me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless. I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right and a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you left me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you left me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. And give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right and a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you left me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you left me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless. I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. want your pandemonium. Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the riding away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me.
Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome back. So, oh my gosh, this is so slow. It's a sad, slow song. Ah! Okay.
You had all of break to do that yawn.
I know, I did. Can you control when your yawns come?
No, I'm just saying. It was inopportune yawn.
All of my yawns are inopportune. It's fine. Okay. You have left Wolf Crest. Made it through Valzara. You are on your way to Elvernest. You are outside of the town of Briar's Glen. Yes, Eva?
Do they have good cheese in Valzara?
Did they?
Yes. Did we eat it?
Undoubtedly.
Okay, just checking.
God, why are you like this?
What type of cheese was it?
Oh my, it's pepper jack.
Okay.
There you
That's
go,
fine.
Eva. We're back. Up to our old shit. Back on our bullshit.
Never got off it.
That's fair. We have a bar of corruption. A third of a bar. What oh my god. Dang it, Don't judge me with your judging eyes. Haha, Red.
Don't worry, you'll yawn again soon.
Dang it. Okay, what are y'all doing? I've been talking too much this session. Y'all take... Death Keepers take the wheel.
Eva just yawned.
Well, let's push forward, team. I am excited to be our tour guide.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Guide this tour away.
Well, I have the location on the map, so I mean, I've got the map. I've got the leading.
You've got the power.
No, I have the map. Finley, I just said I have the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's almost like I can hear the gods yawning in my ears, and sometimes I just get distracted.
What a jerk thing to say. Like, I think I just heard the gods yawn.
Well,
Are we there yet?
I'm just gonna ignore that and bury my face in my map and keep going. Sure.
We should probably think about camping pretty soon.
Camping? It's still midday.
Is it still midday? Sure,
It's
why not?
afternoon.
I'll say.
There is a town. You could go and stay in the town.
Oh, that's right. We could stay in the town. That's Briar's Patch or something. Briar's Crest.
Glen.
Briar's Glen.
Briar's Glen.
Briar's Glen.
A Sin Maria siesta.
I was close.
Glen's Briar.
Oh my god. Oh, no, I
Brian's
don't
Glen.
love that song. Why is everything so intense today? Wow, I try to give y'all the session and this is what happens.
Yep. It's been a while.
Oh, wow.
Briar's Glen is a cute little sleepy village town.
Ooh.
There's
Finally, change of
one
pace.
tavern, and you know what? I'm the dungeon master. I'm gonna say that there's one room in the tavern, and there's one bed. Just for you, Eva.
What size is the bed?
It's a king.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, there's a room.
I mean, if we're strategic about it, it can probably fit 3 of us.
I don't sleep.
That would be a strategy. For sure.
So y'all are gonna have to tell me how your boat trip went, because it sounds like you had a great time.
That's not what I said at all. Did you get my send-in? It was not a good time. Mostly.
I got your sendings. They were informative.
One of those I want to explain. There was a lot of the crew found a whole box of rum. So, just the weird one. Don't worry about it.
They were all pretty weird.
Please. That one specifically, don't worry about.
There were some very bizarre sentences strung together in that one.
Yeah. Oh look, is that a cat? Oh, no. Okay.
That's a possum. What's a possum doing wandering around this early in the day?
Such a good question.
I hear the ones that go around during the day are a little bit, they're a bit diseased. They can't regulate their internal clock. It's kind of sad if you think about it.
Do you think I have a thing for that? I'm gonna go see if I can. I'll be back.
Finley is going to get totally bit and scratched by a possum, isn't she? Well, let's watch.
One can hope that, that might be the best outcome we can ask for.
Can I? Fine. And cure wounds on this. I would like to 5th level cure wounds this possible.
Oh, I hate this game. I'm never asking y'all what y'all want to do ever again. Dex is right. Yes, you find the fucking possum. Jesus Christ. So you have your tavern. It's a seedy little tavern with the one room. Fun fact: there's actually only 3 rooms in the whole inn. So you guys have a third of the inn to yourselves. It's quite a small room still.
Okay.
The fun fact about this room: there's a couple things. First, there's a hole in the floor that you can see into the inn downstairs. It was covered strategically by a bucket that catches a leak from the ceiling. But there's not a leak right now, although it does seem like it's gonna rain tonight. And what else is in this room, Eva?
Like, a trophy of like a boar's head, but it's had a few additions, like a jackalope, except it's a boar, and
Borelope?
yes, yeah, but it has like elk antlers that are like far too big for it. It takes up like the whole flipping wall. It is not well made.
Kappa?
And it has like an eye that like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, perfect. Kappa, what else is in this room?
I was gonna say not much else. It's almost like you have to be on the bed if you're gonna be in this room.
Yeah.
There's that bucket, the boar's head. I'll say that the doorknob falls off if you're not careful.
Alex, what else is in this room?
Oh dear, I'm not sure. Okay, let's say that for some reason we are aware that behind the boar's head there's like a hole into like the next person's room, and so the boar's head itself has also been strategically positioned.
Perfect. And last but not least, Ren, what was the last notable feature about this room?
Instead of a nice floor area rug, it's basically if you took one of those scratchy straw welcome mats and turned it into a giant carpet.
Ouch.
Yikes.
For cleaning purposes.
Oh, it's super easy to clean. And it's specifically like mostly under the bed.
There's your room for the night.
How did they get the bed in here?
I assumed they built it after they brought all the lumber through.
That's what I was gonna say.
That might explain some of the holes.
However, because I'm the dungeon master, there is another door. And this door leads to a bathroom. And the bathroom is actually pretty nice. It's got a humongous bathtub, like a jacuzzi-sized bathtub. Yeah.
It's almost like we should sleep in the bathroom.
Couple blankets, I don't see why not. Pillow or two. It's like a nest. And then that way the boar isn't always watching you. Is it just me, wherever you are? Like, it's...
The eyes move.
I think they do. You know, from the outside, I wasn't expecting something called the Grand Resort to have this on the inside.
Fuck you, Eva.
I'm not really disappointed. Is there like a spare linen? I want to cover that head.
Yeah, under the bed there is a purple and green plaid blanket.
Oh, God. Oh, I love this combination so much. I will throw it, and I will use gust to blow the linen over the boar head.
Why?
Perfect.
Is it just me, or does it look more ominous with the sheet over it?
Oh, it's definitely more. It's lumen more.
Yeah.
I think.
Like, you don't have to look at it, but the lack of detail it's scary.
You know it's still looking is the problem.
Yeah, something about the fear of the unknown.
Neither one is better.
Finley's gonna like wave her hand in front of like where the head would be behind the linen.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
This is on me. I deserve that. 4.
Your foot falls through the floor.
Little help, maybe.
I'll scramble over. Finley, are you okay? And I'll like grab a shoulder.
I think. Oh, I liked these boots too. Bit scratched. I think I'm okay. Thank you, Devereaux.
You
been
can
too
just
long,
call
I
me
forgot
Dev.
what-
That's fine.
It's only been 4 months. I don't know what to call you these days.
Anything else that y'all would like to do in this terrible tavern?
None of my sleeping habits are changing, by the way, if we're all sleeping in the same room.
What are these sleeping habits?
He doesn't
I
wear
mean,
a shirt.
Yeah, I like right before we getting into bed, he just takes off the shirt in front of everyone and is very casual and nonchalant about it.
Scandalous.
Finley absolutely averts her eyes and blushes.
Well, it's not like
But like tries not to. No, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you.
What?
Nothing.
Well, it's how I sleep, okay? It's
Nobody said anything, Echo. Nobody said anything.
it didn't have to.
I got like the most adorable long white linen shirt. Yeah, and this is how I sleep, so we're all good. Now make room. I'm gonna sleep, and I like squeeze in. I put myself in the very middle of the bed. Here.
I'm gonna wedge myself under the boar's head. Because we know for sure it like looms over the side of the bed or something.
Oh.
Nobody move. I don't want that tin come down in the middle of the night. Finley probably has like I said she has like a really fancy nightgown. So probably just still that with like a little bit of like lace collaring and like the giant sleeves that are like gathered. I mean, among other things. Like, it's fine.
As we're all like snuggled in, like in the bed, I'm just like, it's like the time never lapsed.
Yeah, it's nice to all be back together. Maybe not as, maybe a bit more snug than I expected.
You know, Kerry, I think you're getting the good end of this deal.
Yeah, I can't say I regret it.
You want me to sleep in the bathtub, Echo? Would that make you feel better?
No. There's that puddle in there. I don't trust it.
How do you not trust a puddle?
Did you see the puddle?
Did you see it? No puddle should be that color.
Man, ocean travel really changes people.
Plus, I will be doing at least some of my meditation in the bathtub, and I prefer to do that alone.
That seems fair. And for the record, the ocean is a perfectly normal color. In any state, it's not whatever that is. What are we starting early tomorrow?
Well, would you like to spend any more time in here than is absolutely necessary?
Absolutely not.
Then we should start early.
Okay. Okay, sweet dreams, friends.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Can I get everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, sweet. We did this to ourselves.
Good night, Kerry. Good night, Echo. Good night, Finley.
Is everybody within, 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
In that case, you get +4 to all your saves.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Your
bless.
paladin is super dope.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Did you say
night,
plus 3
resident
or
in the room
4?
next to us.
+4.
Thank God, that makes it a full 10.
Oof.
Finley rolled a 10.
nice.
Kiri, what'd you roll?
17 total.
Echo?
19 total.
Deborah?
18 total.
Okay.
Good night, neighbors that can hear us beyond the wall.
Good night, Badger, who can probably hear us in the stable.
Good night, Vecna, who's always listening.
Don't say his name. Why?
Good night, Boar's Head. That is not a conduit for the arcane.
Oh, Vecna's the name of the boar's head. Okay, that makes more sense. A truly cursed object.
Good night, Possum, who's overly healed now.
I did roll
Awesome.
29, if that makes any difference.
Wait, what did you roll? 29 hit points? Or 29 for your con save?
No, God no. 10 for the con save, 29 for healing.
I would say that Echo and Kerry and Devereaux, you all get the benefits of full night's rest. Finley, however, you find yourself without rest. One of the side effects of having died is that you are firmly aware of what it feels like to no longer inhabit your body. This evening, as you have moved closer and closer to the source of your untimely demise, you experience for the first time in many years a night terror. Paralyzed, trapped in your body, you feel frozen in the night. Only after what feels like an eternity do you feel control slip back, and you awaken at the start. You do not gain the benefits of a full night's rest tonight.
Statistically, I don't think she ever does. One way or another. Yeah, she'll
Yeah. As you awake, you see Kerry is not in the room. They are meditating in the tub. What a sentence. Kappa, Echo, what is your passive perception?
I believe it's the highest, right? 17.
Oh, this would definitely wake you.
Finley.
Why are you so close to my ear? What is that shape?
I have no choice.
This bed is really small.
What time is it?
I haven't opened my eyes to check.
Okay, don't go back to sleep. Don't, period. Go back to sleep.
Anything I can help with? Or should I just fuck off?
Oh, you do know what I love.
Options.
Fuck off for now. I think I'll have something later, thank you.
To sleep here.
I'm gonna be very quiet, sorry, Devereaux. She's going to try and just lay there. She's going to try and go back to sleep. I know she won't go back to sleep, but until the sun's briefly up, because given the layout of the room, she knows that she can't like get up and leave without making more of a commotion than just laying there awkwardly.
And Echo will try and feign sleep as long as he can, but you know when you're trying fake sleep, you eventually do fall asleep. It's kind of like that, but
we're well adjusted.
Oof.
The evening.
Can I do
passes.
something at like 3 in the morning?
Of course.
This is something I imagine that Kerry has gotten into the habit of doing, but this is the only time that they're ever going to like acknowledge the potential absurdity of it. I would like to cast Sending to Xandaria.
What does your sending say?
You know, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm still not sure what it means to you, but good night, Xandaria. I like to imagine I've been doing that for a while, but this was the only time I've been like, I have no idea if this even means anything to you. Do you sleep? Fuck if I know.
You've never received a response to these messages. And a part of you wonders, is Xandaria protected from sendings? Can she receive sendings? If she can receive them, does she care? She's a 1,000-year-old undead Lich Queen. But on this night, as Kerry, as you acknowledge the absurdity of it, for a second you feel as though you might be maybe in a trance because you start to hear something. A low chuckle. A good night. The morning comes for all of you. Oh, this is a very sad song. Y'all, I'm off my music game today. It's fine. The morning comes for you all. It is a dark and stormy day. It has begun to rain. And you hear the plink, 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 plink of water in the bucket. Would y'all like to head off to Hilverness?
I wake up and roll over. Who do I see?
Kappa. Echo.
I see Kappa.
Hello?
Whoa! Scramble back straight into Finley. God.
Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Careful of the edge.
This is... Good morning. Okay. And I'll like flop forward and roll out of bed at the foot.
Finley will take this opportunity to roll out of the bed as well, off the side, since there's no one to disturb anymore.
I almost fear asking this, but I'm going to ask this anyway. What is the quality of the food at this fine establishment?
Kappa, why don't you tell us what kind of food is here?
The only reason why this place is open is because of its food. You're you looking at the quality of the place and how, you know, how clean it is or how not clean it is. You're kind of worried, but then it comes out and you're like, oh my god, yes, it's hearty.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's yeah. It for a sleepy town, they don't have much to a small like little village. They don't have much in the way of like livestock and stuff. So a lot of it is like eggs and vegetarian shit. But like today, they had bacon.
All right. In that case, I would like to have gotten for breakfast and brought them up to the room prior to everyone waking up.
You're a living saint.
I just bring breakfast around.
That's really all you need.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kerry.
Is The food
Sooner.
isn't as bad as the room.
No, this is lovely. Did you go to the other elsewhere for this?
No, right downstairs.
Is it busy?
Not particularly.
Wait a
Oh, wait,
minute.
is
Let me
it?
just
It is.
let me
never
just check, and I like look under the bucket.
Oh yeah, it's a ruckus down there.
Is it busy?
There's also the new hole that Finley put in the floor.
Just a little one.
If we have to pay for that,
We won't.
I'm sure.
I would like to walk up to the new hole and cast mending.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Kerry.
In theory, you could fix the other hole too.
Nah.
Nah.
Nothing will fix the abomination that is the boar, though.
No.
What's the Borlope's name?
Besides Vecna?
Right? I was gonna say.
Vinny.
Let's ask chat. Let's tell them to redeem.
Beckna.
Orkna?
Beckna, but it's spelled with the B emoji.
Oh god. Okay. Would y'all like to fuck off to Inverness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Rodolfo is not. That's actually somebody's name.
Yeah, and this boar's named after them.
Oh my god. Rodolfo must.
The next NPC. This boar is not an NPC that we know of.
You still have corruption to use.
Was
Wait, that
the
room
hotel
wasn't
not
corruption.
corrupted enough?
No, that wasn't the corruption.
The rabid possum wasn't
No.
the corruption.
No. No, I
We-
think our
we-
audience wants a little more from our corruption than that.
We made all of those things ourselves.
Yeah, we did. We made our bed and slept in it.
Together.
Together. It was good.
Fucking off to Inverness.
Let's
Peak
get to Inverness
D&D.
because maybe there I can resolve your corruption.
Sweet.
I think we actually will resolve the corruption when we get there. Why don't I get some perception checks? What is the group's sort of like? What are y'all doing? What's your attitude like? What's going on with y'all as y'all walk up to Inverness?
Given the night that we just had, I'm keeping an eye on Finley. Just not really saying much, but like just watchful eye. And
Oh, don't say it like that, please.
That's exactly her nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly still trying to plumb information from everyone about how the boat trip went. No one seems to really want to talk about it, so I'm feeling a little left out.
Okay. We fought some sharks. The captain got us lost. We lent our talents to protecting the people on the boat. There was a party when we found the rum. There's not much else to it.
Got lost. I mean, we didn't get lost. We weren't, steering the ship or whatever you call it.
People got lost and we were with them.
Yeah, by extension, you were lost. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Through no fault of our own. The sea is quite nice. It's a bit more than I was expecting. Not like more like there is an awful lot of it, but so that was really like the night before we get to Inverness. That's balls. Okay. And a perception check. That's what we're doing.
Yes, please.
Oh,
I would say that aside from being nice and getting breakfast, there is definitely a marked shift in Kerry's demeanor that has persisted ever since Vesper. They're definitely quieter, overall less pleasant.
Yikes.
Wait, they're more unpleasant this morning than prior, or since Vesper? Just in
Since
general?
Vesper, they have generally been less pleasant, quieter, more angry. This morning was just a brief break in that because they got you breakfast.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Angry breakfast.
And for my perception, that was 24 total.
16.
Finley, would you get 16? Echo?
I rolled a 19. That gives me a 26.
I rolled an 18, which gives me a 17.
Oh my god. That was such a good roll for you!
I know.
As you begin to approach Elverness, let's see. What playlist do I want for this? What about Restless?
I mean, it wasn't all that bad on the ship. There was that. I mean, it's calm sometimes. There was those few nights where it was really calm and clear.
Is it like the stories say? Was there swashbuckling and pirates and pieces of 8?
There were a lot of story-like elements about it. Yes.
Okay, that's exciting.
Like swashbuckling, for sure. Finley, absolutely buckled some swashes.
Oh,
I don't think there were no pirate. I mean, there could have been pirates on board, but we didn't encounter any pirates. But
Buckles were indeed swashed.
from what I hear, pirates are just bandits, except on water.
yeah, they're water bandits.
Yeah, so they're not really too exciting.
Or bandits are land pirates.
Landits,
Mm-hmm. No, they'd still be bandits.
but on land.
Waterits? No.
Mm-mm.
As you're having
Searids.
this conversation, you approach Elverness.
Weddits.
Kiri, you're the first to notice. This town.
Liquids.
Oh my god! Kiri, you were the first to notice that this town is empty. Entirely devoid of people.
Is there any obvious damage to anything, or is it just like missing people?
Just like they vanished.
We have a very big problem to the rest of the group.
Just spilled my water canteen all over myself. Yes, that's a bit of a
Maybe
problem.
land.
Didn't you buy that in...
Overness is empty. There are
Sorry,
no
what?
people here.
Huh?
Look around.
Oh my god.
It wasn't exactly a metropolis when we were here last time, but there's nobody here.
I'm going to knock on the closest door.
Can we hear anything?
Not with those perception checks.
Birds.
Yes! Yes.
Okay.
You see a rabbit hop across the road?
Oh my god. No answers to the door I knocked on.
Could I cast Detect Magic?
You could.
All right, I would like to cast Detect Magic.
This sphere emanates from you, invisible to the naked eye, except for yours. It's 1,000 feet or 30.
30 feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
And can I use Primal Awareness?
Primeval. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Primeval
No
Awareness.
Kiri, first, as you cast Detect Magic, there are faint traces of magic that have been look like that have been cast. You would know the school. You would know it's necromancy.
Necromancer was here.
Echo, what did you want to do with Primeval Awareness?
Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, class features. I want to sense Do I have to pick one of these, or will it tell me if any of these are in present within 1 mile?
I think it's any of them.
Okay. Yeah, so aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiend, or undead are present within 1 mile. I'll know.
There are aberration and undead.
Knowing that, draw the rapier and just be on your toes.
I know that Echo just did the Primal Awareness, but I'm going to try and narrow it down. Could I use Divine Sense to see if there are any within 60 feet and not behind total cover?
There are none within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've got my
Taking-
sword and shield out.
Yeah, taking that warning to heart, Finley will get her warhammer and shield ready. Do we have a direction? Is there anything? Are the doors? I would like to test some of the doors. See, like if there are locked ones, if there's any like sign of like forcible removal, that sort of thing.
Sure. Give me... What kind of check would you like to make for this?
Maybe investigation.
Let's do investigation.
$17.
Some doors are locked, others are left open. With that 17, you would also notice that people did not just pack everything and go, but in some homes it looks like perhaps some things were taken. In others it looks like they were having breakfast and they were gone.
Notification. I have grudgingly drawn my bow as well.
Begrudgingly or grudgingly?
Grudgingly.
Beautiful.
How does an entire town just vanish?
They left
don't
in a
know.
hurry.
So, so they.
My bad.
What happened?
Nothing. Keep going.
Seems fine. If they left in a hurry or were evacuated or
So they
rounded up.
so they went somewhere. They didn't just
Uh-oh.
gone.
I think we're losing Kappa.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Kappa, no.
Kappa.
Kappa.
Get
Oh
that,
no, they're taking Echo. Right
get
before
that
our eyes.
4-player overlay ready.
Kappa Echo just starts to turn to dust.
Oh no.
I turn to Kerry. How far away was that cave? You know the one.
Which one?
Where we found all those cultists.
Oh god. How far away was that cave?
The cultists with
Where we found Sura the first time.
With the cultists of Vecna.
yeah, right here.
How far away was it?
Pretty close.
Could we head off in that direction?
Good.
Not that
It's-
far.
It's gonna kick me out in a little bit.
What?
It's gonna kick me out in a little bit,
He'll-
and then
he'll be
we'll
back.
stabilize. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
There I go.
You want to head towards that cave?
I want to ask Dev actually. Dev, do we want to head in that direction or do we want to try and head to that house in the forest that we found when we first met the Evertrees.
Well, I feel like the cave is an easy one-way check, and then we go from there.
All right, sounds good. I will catch Finley and Echo up on the highlights of that cave and what we saw there without using the
catch
V word.
Why did you catch all of us up?
Okay, shit. So, a while ago, we met a traveling fortune teller named Sura who read everybody's tarot cards, and she was great and lovely. And her shit got burned down or something like that, and she was kidnapped by a bunch of cultists of the Whispered One. We tracked them down and killed, I believe it was like 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6, but we did leave one alive, just kind of standing there. I'm sure that will never come back to bite us. But yeah, no, it was a cave full of Vecna cultists. And they were trying to do something to Sura, some weird ritual.
Yeah, it was pretty grim.
Mm-hmm. They cast Insect Plague. I remember that for some reason.
There were also several giant spiders.
Were there?
There were.
Oh. I did not remember that part. But anyway.
Yeah, they were dispatched quickly.
Sounds like quite a time.
You head towards...
And that was one of our early adventures.
You head towards this massive cave, rushing, seemingly maybe against a clock of some sort, and as you enter, you see it's quite similar to how you left it. There are still, there's still residue from the last time you were here. Blood on the walls. We got you back, Kappa?
I think so.
Alright.
Maybe.
The 4 of you have made your way to a cave which Kerry and Devereaux explained was the location of an event, a conflict that they were in once upon a time. This cave, as you enter, is tall in this large circle, and there are markings on the wall of faded blood. Some of the blood is quite old. You would recognize it as perhaps the first go-around you were here, but some of it is painted fresh. Does anybody here read Undercommon? Speak Undercommon.
I read Comprehend Languages.
Great. As you cast Comprehend Languages, the walls begin to come to life for you, and you see a ritual. Actually, this might be an infernal. Whatever, it's not important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of us read Infernal, so that
Some of you do.
save-
So it's not infernal. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Kappa!
Am I back?
Yes.
Okay, the last thing I heard was, does anyone here read? And that's it.
Undercommon.
Undercommon? I
Yes.
do.
Okay, so you would not need to cast Comprehend Languages if you did not want to.
Okay, I'll probably do it anyway, just
Yeah.
for the sake of it.
In Undercommon, a mix of Undercommon and a bunch of other languages, but predominantly Undercommon, you see a ritual spell. This ritual spell is powerful necromantic energy, and with your current understandings, at least Kerry and Echo, of the arcane, you do not understand exactly what is going on here. But perhaps someone in your party does.
I was going to say, could I describe this ritual as we're going
Yeah.
to Devereaux
Yes.
and see what their expert opinion is?
Devereaux, would you roll Arcana for me?
Oh, can I? Oh, can I do better than that?
You have an advantage from chat.
I do, don't I? You know, I'm going to use it. Oh, and that's worse. Okay, I will use my Favor of the Gods to roll a d4 to add to
yes.
this. And oh, that's a 1, so that's 20.
It's a little hard to understand at first between Kerry and Echo's descriptions. They use some strange words or some words that are not exactly accurate to what you would know to be arcane. However, you get the picture that what happened here was incredibly powerful. That what happened here had several components. One component were were souls. It would have taken 50 souls to execute this ritual. It also would have taken an incredibly powerful artifact. You get the sense through several verbiage and writing on the walls that there was a powerful artifact at the very center of this ritual that was used to absorb the souls. You are muted.
I know. I'm being a shit.
Great. It's not the Philosopher's Stone. The third and final piece of this puzzle is the purpose of this ritual. The purpose of this ritual is a mass turn undead. An area effect radius that any creature below a specific number of hit points would be turned undead.
Wait, turn into undead or turn away undead?
Oh.
Into undead.
Okay.
Oh.
Their lives were immediately snuffed and turned.
We have to find whoever did this. We have to find who did this.
What
how
is
they
this?
learned to do this.
What
What
happened?
is this?
Smear those, destroy
Yeah,
those.
At this point, like I would have already been like, I would have punched the wall. Just saying. But yeah, trying like if there are any runes or any of this writing still up, whatever I can to do to disrupt it, throw dirt in it or like, yeah.
Whatever did this cave was the site of a ritual. It amplified some sort of power. It turned the
last thing that I'll say is that essentially this ritual would have given whoever was wielding this, you imagine this maybe a staff of some sort, the power to walk into a town, slam the staff on the ground, and anybody within 200, 300 feet, instant undeath. And that they essentially, with this ritual, with the souls they consumed, have enough energy to do this again, and again, and again.
It gave someone the power to instantaneously change the living to undead. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what actually triggers it, but someone has something that harnesses life essence that lets them do this again and again.
They're gonna
Just,
they're gonna do this again.
this is just an appetizer. A small town in the middle of, well, maybe not the middle of nowhere, but it's only a matter of time before they move on to the next place.
Should we head up north to that cabin then? Let's go.
You make your way hurriedly to this cabin. Echo and Finley, you've never seen this place before. It is in the middle of the wild woods, essentially outside of town, a smallish cabin made of wood. It seems quite innocent. Would y'all like to, how would y'all like to approach it? Do you just like run in guns blazing? Are you checking to see if there's someone there first?
I imagine, given the urgency, like trying to get there as quick as possible, but given what Devereaux just released, this person could be very powerful, and we want to give us the most advantage as possible on them. So,
Sure.
I don't know, middle ground.
Kaba, why don't you roll a perception and a survival check for me?
Okay. First one's gonna be perception. 16 plus 7, 23. Survival. 15 plus 3, 18.
Okay. As you all rush up to this house, you see the very first thing that you see is the door is ajar. This home is empty. The next thing that you see, Echo, is that there have been many people here. Many humanoid figures have essentially come in from the city and then left together.
Can I use my favorite enemy to track undead?
Yes.
Okay.
You recognize the shambling gait that occurs when a human has lost. Essentially, creatures turn from a humanoid into undead. And you would recognize that there are maybe 50 undead that approached this house, and then they all left south together.
Okay.
The house, however, is empty.
We have a heading. They went south. At least the ones that were turned. They all came here. I'm not sure if whoever cast the ritual went with them, but I'd say that's a safe bet. Maybe we can find some information here. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Who?
I interrupted you.
I was just agreeing with you. I just said sounds like it. Yeah. So.
Finley would like to run her hand up door frame. And she would like to try and call a vision.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah, you did.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
24.
What is the focus of your vision?
The purpose, kind of what the plan is.
Are you focusing more on Azurkai, or are you focusing more on the undead?
I think Azurkai.
Okay.
Yeah. And if possible, ways of stopping him, but mostly what his...
Quick question. Do I have enough wherewithal about what's going on with Finley to know that casting Bless would assist her in this situation? Because, like, Alex know that, but I don't know if Kerry does.
I will let, actually, Eva answer that.
I think on the ship, not that we talk about the ship, but if we did, in the month we were on it, she would have opened up a bit more about, especially having like read the book and like knowing more what's going on.
Okay.
So you would probably know.
Then in that case, I will walk up to Finley as you are entering into this ritual. Just place a hand on your back and cast Bless on you, so you can add D4 to your saving throws.
Appreciate that a lot.
As you focus in on Azurkai, the Dark Master, your vision starts to fade. The edges of your sight go dark, slowly, and then light again. As if you have a telescopic view from high above. As you look down, you see with bated breath a small army of 50 or so creatures that walk, shambling, through the wildwoods. As you zoom in, you see a figure who is not undead, who is very much alive. Two figures. An older human man with white hair, somewhat short, piercing, dark and possibly dark eyes. And then a younger man in his 20s. They are arguing. You cannot hear what they are saying, but the discussion seems to be heated. Until finally, you see sparks fly between the two of them. And the younger of the two peels off, begins to head the opposite way towards you. Make a survival check.
Bless is good for saving throws, right? Not skill checks.
Attack rolls, saving throws, and yeah, attack rolls and saving throws. Otherwise, it'd be guidance.
Okay, then I have 13.
It's hard to tell. They might be 2 weeks' time away from you, maybe more, at this point, although you're not sure if this vision takes place in the current time, or the future, or the past.
Can I focus on him?
The nephew?
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
17.
Okay. What would you like to focus on about him? What would you like to try and see?
His intent.
There's a moment where between you and the nephew there is a dark, shimmery, gossamer curtain. And as you come forward, you see it separates you. Almost from, as if you have this understanding that it separates you from his inner thoughts. And as you pull back the curtain, it is as if you are overwhelmed by sudden rush of emotion, anger, rage, frustration, disappointment, resentment. How dare Azurkai take over the Wildwoods without me? I'm the one who collected the souls. I am the one who helped him with the ritual. How dare he think he could do this without me? I will show him. I just need my research from the library in my house. And I will show him.
She will pull back from the vision. How far away did you say the fake one? What was the nephew's name?
I don't even remember. He pretended to be his uncle when we met him.
Something borrowed time.
As you like. Where was his house?
Y'all are at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were at the uncle's. I'm so sorry.
He lived with the uncle.
What'd you see?
I saw the, I don't want to call them the army, the recently turned, and the necromancer, he was fighting with his nephew. I assume it was his nephew. I assume he's the one we're looking for. It looked like they were having a bit of a fight. And the nephew, they've split up, or they were split up at the time, and he was coming back here for his notes. I think he's losing whatever plot they had. I think he's going to try and do something even more desperate.
Where can we find him?
I don't know. When I saw them, either he's on his way back here now or he's come back and gone. They were going through the wildwoods.
Why is he coming back here?
He was looking for his notes. I think he wants to one-up his uncle somehow.
Do you know in which direction he's coming from?
I would relay from whatever my survival check was.
South. He's coming from the south. So the
Alright.
wildwoods are south of y'all.
Yes. I
Yeah.
will knowledgeably speak that he's coming from the south. And was it 2 weeks location-wise away from us? That wasn't the sense of time, right? It was that was how far away.
Yeah. It would have been a 2-week journey to get from where you are to where they were.
Yeah, okay. Then I will elaborate on that as well.
Knowing that, I'm gonna start searching because there still might be time if it's been two weeks. You know, if this however recently this was, that stuff might still be around. So I'm gonna be looking in this house, looking for secret shit too, like if there's a button or a bookcase or, you know.
Is there something that looks like a library?
Would you like to enter the home?
No, but we
Oh, I thought we were in it. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, so y'all enter the home. It's dusty. Nobody has been here for at least 2 weeks, maybe more. And there's a layer of, as I said, dust, but mostly a messy sense of madness in here. Some couches are barely used, while others have holes from use. Whoever lived here had quite the habit of doing looked like they would do the exact same day, or exact same things every day, exact same rituals, walk the exact same paths worn into the carpet, into the hardwood. There's a large kitchen area with what looks like it would be a great dining area, but it is covered in papers. These papers are wanted posters, they are notes hastily scrawn, they are books open, pages torn out of books. Imagine if a librarian fell into chaos and no longer cared about the law of a library. This is the sense that you're getting here. A researcher. And there are pretty much, it's not exactly like there are shelves everywhere, but there are books everywhere stacked on top of sofas, on top of the fireplace mantle, on top of the table, on top of chairs, on the floor, on the stove. There you find a cauldron full of books, Harry Potter style. Some of these books you would notice actually are journals that have some of them varying amounts of usage. Sometimes the journals have only been written 1 or 2 pages. Sometimes the journals are half full. Very rarely are they fully all the way full of notes. It's almost like, you know how you like to collect notebooks and then you never really use them. I would say a third of the books are actually notebooks, are empty. I'm calling myself out right now, it's fine. Some of them are on biology, biology of different races, are on arcane arts. They are about wizards, about warlocks, about undead, about aberrations, about the laws of magic, the laws of the gods, of divine power, the differences between divine, arcane, and arcane powers, the difference between natural magic and any other kind. This person was seeking to understand the world around them.
Intense music.
Oh, sorry.
There's a lot here. I'll flop out my bag of holding. Well, can't have your notes if you don't have any books. Let's get them all in here.
All of them?
Every last one of them.
That or burn them.
Okay.
While everyone is dealing with the books, can I go down into the basement and see if there's any evidence that anybody has been held here since Salix and I?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, it's not bad. 23 total.
You would get the feeling that yes, other people have been held here since you were here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you, Devereaux. How many pounds does your bag of holding already carry?
I don't know.
A bag of holding can carry 500 pounds. A
I
volume
don't think
of
I've got.
64 cubic feet.
I don't think I got that much.
There are hundreds of books in this house. I would say you could probably, filling your bag to its fullest, you could fit about a fourth of the books in this house in there.
What about with my bag?
Another fourth. So a total of half.
Let's start with the most used and worn books.
No, I'm not going to have a really good time perusing through all of these.
Could I cast Detect Magic to see if I found any books that are in and of themselves magical, like spell books or grimoires or anything like that?
Funny you mentioned that.
Oh, that face.
Running through first level spells like wild.
Let me just... really quickly close my door. Hold on.
Stuff's getting real.
Yeah.
Hey, Google. Oh, no, wait. Headphones are on.
Nope.
Well, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
only in the
plugged in.
headphones. Damn.
Okay.
And I would rather take the books with us, of course. If we have to leave them behind, I'd rather him not find them.
You find, with your Detect Magic spell, as you wander around, there are 3 grimoires, essentially spell books. And then you are drawn to a very powerful magical source in a locked room. Now, for the purpose of this, it only just takes some time to get into the locked room. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
Would you like to pursue it?
I would like to attempt to unlock this door with my warhammer.
Waiting for it.
Pick the lock with the warhammer.
Grabbing your warhammer out from your back, you immediately are able to tear down this door, this locked door, and you find a small room with a single twin bed, ratty sheets, and in the center, where this book, or where this magic item exists, is a rug. On top of this rug is also magical. For the sake of this, it is a rug of smothering.
Mm-hmm.
I will not make you fight it since you have detect magic, and you can easily bypass it. You are able to disable this rug of smothering to find another locked, trapped door, to which your Warhammer can probably get you through, shattering the trapdoor to pieces.
Oh, like a trap door, like a floor door, not a door that has been trapped.
Correct.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah. We don't have to go through all of these, but essentially you discover that there is an artifact down here.
Like capital A artifact?
A capital A artifact.
Mother
It is
bitch.
a book.
Mm-hmm.
A large tome, probably one of the largest tomes you've ever seen in your life. Gold plated. There is on the very front a figure, a demon or devil looking thing with beady eyes and sharp teeth and horns that come up and out, surrounded by various filigree. I will send y'all a picture of what this book looks like. No! God bless it, that's Finley. That's a screenshot. I'll send y'all an actual picture of what this book looks like. Let's see. Let's see if happens if I touch it.
Yeah, because I'm definitely touching it.
Okay. You will notice that it has been laid to rest on a stone, basically a stone block. Underneath it, the stone has cracked, and it looks like it has been starting to turn to powder. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you would get from it.
Yeah, as long as it's not like physically repulsive to me, I'm just gonna pick it up.
Yeah, you are able to pick it up.
I'll bring it to the group as they're stuffing the bags of holding. I found this locked away underneath an enchanted rug. I think it's important.
Yeah, that looks...
Very magical.
Devereaux, Kappa, Finley. Devereaux, Echo, Finley. Finley has advantage on this check. Please make an Arcana check.
I'd like to use an advantage on this.
Go ahead.
I got 19.
Yep, same.
27.
Okay. Devereaux, I'll start with you, because you can immediately tell from this book, just by looking at it, that it is dark. Dark magic emanates from it, as if, just like cold smoke falls from a block of like ice, essentially. What are those things called? The little ice cube. Dry ice. Thank you. Echo, you are not exactly sure if this is the book you think it is. But if it is, you immediately are filled with a sense of dread. Finley. Although you and Echo technically rolled the same, you specifically have knowledge of this book. This is a book that your father told you about when you were quite young. This is the Book of Vile Darkness. The contents of this foul manuscript of ineffable wickedness are the meat and drink of those in evil's thrall. No mortal was meant to know the secrets it contains. Knowledge so horrid that to even glimpse the scrawled pages invites madness. Most believe Vecna authored the Book of Vile Darkness, and he recorded in its pages every diseased idea, unhinged thought, every example of the darkest magic he ever came across or devised. Vecna covered every vile topic he could, making the book a gruesome catalog of all mortal wrongs. But that's not all, because other practitioners of evil have held the book and added their own input to the catalog. Their additions are clear, for the writers of later works stitched whatever they were writing into the tome, or in some cases made notations and additions to existing text. There are places you would know, not that you are opening it, where the pages are supposedly missing, torn, or so completely covered in ink, blood, and scratches that the original text can't even be divined. Nature cannot abide by the book's presence. You know that ordinary plants are said to wither in its presence. Animals are unwilling to approach it. The book gradually destroys whatever it touches. What else would you know? When you can attune to this book and read it, that is an option. But you know that there is a cost.
What is it with us and cursed books? I point at it. Do not read that. Hold it. Do anything with that.
What's in it?
Finley's gonna hold her bag out, like just drop it. Just
Drop it in. Okay, now do I get to know what it is?
That book holds a terrible evil.
Was that accent in character?
I can feel it.
It's sort of the whispered ones. Please help. The only word I can come up with is dream journal. I need a better
Manifesto?
word. Manifesto is
Grocery
much better.
list?
Notes on the back of his phone book.
Dream journal. To-do list.
It's just a book of his notes, and ideas and worse things, like a collection of nightmares for it's every necromancer's dream, I would think.
So, the sort of thing that gives you the idea to turn an entire town undead.
Yeah, that will do it.
Must regret asking this, but do you think it has any information about Zandaria?
I think if it does, now's not the time to investigate it.
Fair enough.
If this is a very, very large if, Kerry, if there's a way of reading this book for any of us, it's going to be a trial, and a lot of preparation would need to be done first.
I understand.
Best we can do now is keep it safe.
All right.
Sure.
I mean, I'm open to better ideas.
If there's any way we can destroy it, I think that's the best, but I think you're right. I don't know if that's in our capability.
I also agree there. Jim, what is this book bound in? I don't want to ask the question, but I gotta ask the question. Is it an organic material?
Oh,
like a leather type?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Is it a questionable as
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it pleather?
Yeah.
Is it Naugahyde? Okay. Is there anything else? Are we out of room? We have what, half the books?
Yes.
I have a feeling this one will be sorely missed.
Good.
So we know he hasn't returned. So probably.
I would guess this was the thing that he was talking about in your.
I mean, if you're gonna abandon a place, even if this isn't the book he's looking for, you'd take it with him, right?
Can't imagine that incompetent child got his hands on this book in the first place. That's a story I would love to hear.
What if we just burn the whole thing down behind us?
That's what I was
That
about to
sounds
suggest.
Like an excellent idea.
You're
Thought this first. Deborah, was there anything else you wanted?
I mean, I didn't really want any of this, but
That's
need
fair.
makes necessity. So,
You know, no, I think we've probably got what we needed.
He's also, I'm a favor of arson in this scenario. He's also potentially on the way here. If this is something that if we were trying to get rid of this person, they're coming right to us.
I'm really uncomfortable burning him in the house. I'd rather just, have a burn the house and then meet him.
Okay.
I think. I mean, do you want to wait up to 2 weeks? I absolutely agree that we should find him.
You're right.
He's responsible for, I don't know if I stressed that, but, it's not like he was along for the ride. This is easily his fault.
Then, sure.
Or he believes it to be anyway.
If I can, I mean, I'm pretty confident in being able to track where they went, at least where the horde went. If he's coming back using the same path, we will meet up.
Finley, I just had an idea. You didn't happen to notice anything that this person was carrying on him, did you? Piece of clothing?
Did I?
Ring, necklace, anything?
Jim?
Make a what's the word for in the past? Make a retrospective perception check.
Would it make any difference if I would have been thinking of locate creature? Doing it in the future? Doesn't matter. Okay, what, perception?
What? Would you like to use locate creature right now?
It's only like 1,000 feet, right?
Maybe it's 1,000 feet. Probably not, but whatever. What was your perception check?
15.
No, you didn't notice any ornamentation or staff that he was carrying. Azrakai was carrying the staff.
No, to answer your question, Azrakai had the staff. The nephew, not Azrakai. I don't know what we're calling him. The nephew, just looked like a little twerp.
He is.
He had clothes. I think I would have noticed if he didn't have clothes. probably.
As you all stand here. What?
I was just going to say we could just ask him to meet us somewhere. I don't think it's the best idea. I'm just saying we could.
We've already done that twice in the last 12 sessions. We don't need to do it a third time.
I know. They keep showing up. What am I supposed to do?
As you all stand here,
Effective.
trying to figure out what to do, we will end our session. Here in the home of Azukai the Dark Master and his nephew, whose name has not been revealed yet. Next week, you can carry out whatever dastardly plan your hearts desire.
Arson.
Arson. For now, let's go ahead and sign off.
As always, I'm not scared, so I'll go first. Hi, everyone. My name is Kappa. You might also know me as Christian. I played Echo today in Death Keepers. You can find me on Twitter at @TheKappaChris, where I nerd out about Necronomicons and friggin' what stays in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but this time it's a ship. You can find me on streams in various places. Same time, same place, same channel, every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Death Keepers, Saturdays, Numenera Remnant, along with the gracious GM, Alex. Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, this channel. On Wednesdays, you can find me on Kevin Kudo's channel, where I play in Revenge of the Crit, a D&D game skinned for the Star Wars universe. Takes place during the Clone Wars. Every Friday on Simplecast and every other place you can find podcasts. Roads Uncharted Season 2, where I play Ro along with Ren. I'm really glad episodes are releasing. They're a blast. And let's see. And what else am I in? Oh, I can finally announce this. It is no longer secret, but Friends Who Roll Dice are doing a month long of various events and one-shots and really cool things. And I will be participating on March 19th from 4 to 7 p.m. in Heist. Let me see. I got the information pulled up somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, so we're going to be playing Heist, Get Rich or Die Trying on the 19th of March, 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And it should be a lot of fun. All proceeds are going to the Austin Area Urban League, a really cool organization that is sending aid to all of Central Texas, given everything that's happened there in the past, 2 weeks or so. Some people still don't have running water, or they still don't have warm water or running water. So all of this is to raise money for that. Yeah, it's a really cool cast. I don't know if anyone knows Guilty Cosplay, but they're going to be the GM for this. So I'm really excited for that. Check that out, and I'm done. Oh, favorite part. We built that in room together. That was awesome. And came out with a really good character moments. I love those. Those are great.
Hi, I'll go next because, like Kappa, I'm not scared, but I like to let Kappa go first because he obviously needs it, so that's okay. So, today I had the distinct pleasure of playing Devereaux Thistlebrook, the halfling fighter who is progressively getting more and more nerdy, and I'm here for it. When I am not playing D&D here on Sundays, I can be found on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/ThornyDryad. You can also find me on Twitter at the same handle. That's Thorny Dryad, like a prickly bush, where I talk about games, I play RPGs, and I do other random stuff. I, as Cap alluded to, am a voice of a character in a podcast called Roads Uncharted, which is posting Season 2 content through Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. You can catch up on our first postings for the second season with ease because we are into the first couple, and our first season is not too long, so you can always catch up as well and see what we've gotten into there. And of course, I am also a part of course, an urban 5th edition D&D campaign, which is held every other Saturday on Eva's channel, Eva Serate. That is a good time. We just played this weekend, so we'll be back on the 20th. Words. All right. And then upcoming, I will be participating in a charity event on Mare Feather's channel, which is March 16th. There's a whole slew of events going on all that day where Mare is raising money for the Barton Center for Diabetes Education. So if you have time, please stop in and offer support. That will be starting at 9 a.m. all through to the end of the day. It's a birthday extravaganza. I will be participating in the morning Ryutama game, where I will be playing a cheeky little fox boy. And my favorite part of today was, I mean, I liked making the inn too, but I enjoy how much Alex hates the Dark Nephew. I just absolutely can't get over how much disdain there is there, so I'm here for it.
Thank you. Rick.
Okay, it's me. I know how this works. It's me and Steve. Yes. Hi, hello. I'm Eva. You can find me on Twitter at @theevasarate. And you can find me here every Sunday. You can find me on my channel, sometimes randomly streaming video games. As Fran said, every other Saturday, resuming the 20th, for City of Shadows, Dark Urban campaign, where I get to play Tiefling. What else? Starting this Saturday, we're going to do a short campaign, which I get to be an artificer. So that starts at 5 Central. I think time zones are hard. This Saturday. Next Sunday in the morning, Mare's going to be running a game of Sunken, which is in no way going to be extremely stressful and delightful. And then back for DK here. And then in the evening, another charity one-shot for St. Patrick's Day. How did we get to St. Patrick's Day already? So more holiday chaos, basically. And then I will also be in the 9 a.m. Eastern Ryutama game for Mare's birthday charity, which is going to be very exciting. Oh, Steve. And I don't know, there's probably other things, but I'm distracted by this cat who's about to drool on me. My favorite thing, yeah, thanks, Mare. Like 10 candles, but on a ship. Steve, what was my favorite part? His favorite part was Cinna, who's being very delightfully Cinna. Mine was, oh gosh. Okay, I hated it, but the thrill of the empty Ilverness, that was really spooky and creepy, and I liked it a lot. That's my kind of horror. And yeah, that was a good, like, unexpected a twist. Also just being back together. I missed everyone. Okay. Bye.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I'm going last because I am indeed a coward. Today I had the distinct joy and pleasure of playing Kerry. When I'm not doing this, you can find me on Twitter at AxolotlCure, where I tweet about D&D and other RPGs and fun stuff like that. You can catch me on Saturdays, starting at 8:30 Eastern, running a game of Numenera, which is a science fantasy game set 1 billion years in the future, featuring some of the lovely people you see before you on stream, like Kappa. I have no idea which direction he is on Twitch, but we're going with that. Let's see. Only other thing I will also be participating on the March 16th birthday extravaganza, as Mayor has been so gracious as to throw a streaming party specifically for my birthday that has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they were born on the same day. No, this is my birthday party. In any case, I will be on the 9 o'clock p.m. stream called Hell Block Tango, which will be wild. In any case, yeah, that's where you can find me. Favorite part of the session was the sort of meta commentary, I believe, between Finley and Devereaux about how nice it was to be back with everybody. Like, I just felt, I feel like there was a double meaning going on there, and I liked it a lot. And that's me.
Oh, thanks, Alex. I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find the channel on Twitter at Open4Adventure. I lied her. Well, oh gosh. I do things, usually Death's Keepers and Fate's Chosen, Sundays and Mondays. But apparently I'm going to be a player in a Part-Time Gods game pretty soon, I guess. That's going to be on Saturdays, because I don't know what weekends are. It's fine. What's my favorite part? My favorite part, honestly, was coming up with that room together. Oh my gosh, these monsters on my screen right now. They're spectacular. I love playing D. I've missed y'all terribly. I think that's it for me. Let's just get to our warm fuzzies, which I have not updated in a hot minute.
Do we have an updated one?
Well, I could get one because I have the account, so let me just grab it really quickly. Patrons. Am I logged into my personal one? Oh my gosh, I hate having a personal and an open for adventure one. Okay, we've got Bill Chavez!
Yo, Bill Chavez.
L Street Gaming!
L Street Gaming.
Rick O?
Rick O.
Strix.
Oh, Strix.
Strix.
Deborah.
Deborah.
Deborah. That's Deborah.
And Blessed Eula.
Blessed Elua.
Elua.
Blessed
Elua?
Eula.
Blessed Elua.
Whoever they are, they're blessed. Thank you so much. We love you all terribly. Thank you for supporting us and letting us do more of what we love to do. We will catch y'all same time, same place next week. Same cast, where maybe the group will commit arson. Who knows?
That's gonna be a hot time.
Yeah. It's gonna be real great. Oh my god. Bye, everybody.